December 6th, 1993. Our Lady speaks. I, Panaia, the footnote reads, Our Lady Most Holy in Greek, am with you now. Daughter, leave Jesus to model you into the image he desires you to be. By offering your will to my Son, Jesus Christ, and by offering yourself entirely, you truly please him, and his will is being done in you. Do not be afraid. Work with ardour and revive his church. Let his creation realize that the word is alive and untiringly active. I will, as your mother, always encourage you to lift the cross Jesus trusted you with. Now write, my daughter. In these days, more than any time, I have been giving messages to revive your faith and remind you of heavenly things. I have been continuously calling for peace and spreading messages for unity and reconciliation between brothers. I came from heaven in deep distress and in tears to let you know how distant you were from God. I came to you all to ask you to reconcile with God and with each other, and to make no more distinctions between you. For everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. The footnote reads Romans 10, verse 12 to 13. I have never failed anyone. I came in peace terms, even to the least of you, to proclaim God's peace, and begged this generation to raise their eyes and search for God and offer sacrifices to God. I came in your days where so many of you were estranged from the life of God. I came to remind you all that a true apostle of God is the one who does the will of God. To love is to do the will of God. Vassula, I have been sent by God to cure many of you, but my calls have not been honoured nor highly placed. I was sent by the Most High to gather you in large crowds and teach you that love is the essence of all the law. My daughter, my soul is sad because the blessings from heaven are disregarded to this day. Failing to recognize the righteousness and the essence of the message that comes from God, to this day, men are trying to promote their own ideas. Thus, the word was skillfully withdrawn, and my footsteps concealed by human hand, for fear of the lips of the world. If only they had put their hope in me and trusted me, how much more would they have benefited from the conversion of those who they keep rejecting? Work, little one, for the Lord, and allow him to engrave on you his entire plan. The days are coming when these questions will be raised by the Lord to every one of you. Have you loved your neighbour as yourself? Is it possible that you still have not yet understood God's will? Have you done everything you can to maintain peace? When your enemy was hungry, have you offered him to eat from your table? When he was thirsty, have you given him a drink? How is it that what you give it without love? I have asked you for prayers. Many of you pray, but without love. Many of you fast, but without love. Many of you speak my messages, but very few follow them, because love is missing in your hearts. You bow low and follow the letter of the law, but fail to understand the heart of the law. Many of you talk about unity, yet are first to condemn those who practice it, because you have no love. If you practice all that I have been asking you without love, you are still in the dark. You are still for war and not for peace. You believe you know everything, but in reality you know nothing. When I called out for reconciliation, since you are all parts of one another, I have not been heard. To this day I call out to all of you, live my messages. Renew yourselves in God, in his love. and learn to love one another. Be good and holy. Do not lie to yourselves, little children, following illusory desires. Love is to live in the truth. Have you not read that if you give away all that you possess piece by piece, and even if you let them take your body to burn it, but are without love, then it will do you no good whatever? Have you not understood that if a single one of you is hurt, all parts of the body of Christ are hurt and suffer with it? If you hurt your neighbour, you hurt Christ's body, not your neighbour. Can you say, I came to God with reverence, sincerity and love? When? Will he ask you, when have you come to me with reverence, sincerity and love? My body you have mutilated. I have been judged, treated with insult, calumny, and I have been betrayed by falsehood. I was despised and rejected, utterly disgraced by your lips. So when have you come to me with reverence, sincerity and love? I am asking you to give some definite proof of your love for me. My children, realize now why Satan has taken advantage of your weakness and tempted you to war. Christ has come to you hungry, and you gave him no food. He came to you thirsty, and you gave him no drink. He came to you as a stranger, and you did not welcome him, but treated him as you pleased. My children, your love is not to be merely words on your lips, but something that comes from your heart. Your love should be alive and active. I am with you to help you. I bless you all by saying, let everything you do be done with love in your heart.